When people talk about Mayan spirituality, uh, is the calendar used for spiritual purposes, or how is it connected? The Mayan spirituality and the calendar.
The Western world always puts spirituality almost as an opposite of materialistic stuff. It's always a division between what is to be pretended to be the spiritual guide, like kind of a dreamer absent or whatever connection with God, intermediary bridge between the sacred and whatever, blah 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 blah, and the materialistic person. But for us, there's no difference. Well, something that is very important for us beyond the ways in which we judge actions, as to say bad or that man is a killer or whatever, beyond the judgment of everything, for us, everything in the world is sacred. For example, a person that is a merchant, a salesman or something, we don't divide that as to be, let's say, a non-spiritual activity. Maybe they are doing their own ways in their own spiritual way. Because sometimes, the salesman or the merchant or some travelers, they have to use their own ways of understanding the world, or to apply their vision of the world to get what they want. For us, every activity could be sacred. There's no way for us to say, oh, this rain that is so heavy, or this sun. We never complain about what is happening in nature. We are part of the nature, and we know nature has a cycles. So we never divide sacredness or spirituality from materialistic stuff. Everything can be a spiritual activity. Everything in the way you go to the world, the way you express to the world, could be an expression of spirituality or sacredness. In that way, the Mayan calendar will always help us, will always guide us. Because, for example, as I said, a merchant or someone that is making sales, that sells or that buys something and then goes to another town. They need to know their NAWAL. If they know better the self and they know better the NAWAL, they can act better in the world and they can have a better decisions. Because the Mayan calendar and this understanding of the self is also a way to understand decisions. In the way you know better the self and that you have a real base, not like Greek histories or the position of the stars, but the way you were created. For example, the most basic, if you were a decided baby, that makes so much difference. If you really know what is happening there, and then you know what is your real self, which are your capabilities, then you can do whatever you want. They can do better. You can take better decisions. So for us, in reality, there's only a world of spiritual, and the entire universe is sacred for us. It does not belong to us. We are going to die, and this is going to stay. So this is just our moment, just a little moment to be happy or to find the better ways for us to have a good connection, being present, and also to benefit someone with what we know, what we can share. Because in the real Mayan way, there's always the sense of community. It's not about me, it's about us. But when talking about us, it's also about the nature. It's also about everything. So then in that way, there's no way to separate that. Everything is sacred for us.